Hi everybody, it's Mackenzie. So I was coming back to do another vlog for you guys on natural family planning. I've already done a vlog I did like a year and a half ago about like why we chose to do it, and then I also did recently an introduction vlog on what all it is and a vlog on avoiding pregnancy. So this time I'm going to be talking about pregnancy achievement or trying to conceive and how natural family planning plays into that. It actually is an amazing tool for trying to conceive. It'll help you pinpoint if there are any issues, and it can also just help things happen a lot faster once you know what your body's doing. I conceived my son and this baby practicing natural family planning the first month that we wanted to have babies. So let me just say that the way you achieve pregnancy with natural family planning is by identifying when fertility is at the highest. Now if you really want to like dive into this more, I really recommend getting the book Taking Charge of Your Fertility. Wonderful resource for you, especially if there's other things going on, or if your cycles are a little stranger, if you don't have, like, say you only have periods like 3 times a year or something crazy, still help you with that. So first we'll review by saying 3 main fertility signs are temperature, cervical fluid, and cervix position. Now if you're charting non-stop, you're going to be checking all those anyway, but for trying to conceive, the main thing we look at is cervical fluid. That's going to tell you when you're the most fertile, and then your temp is going to kind of identify some other things for you. Cervix position, I'm really going to go into, because while it can help determine when you're more fertile and stuff, that's not the main thing that we're going to use. So for something, the first thing you need to understand is women do not ovulate on day 14 always, or even often. That is just an average that people have put together. That's why if you do get pregnant, due dates can be wrong. That's why all kinds of stuff is off. So that is not the norm. That is not the regular thing that happens. Women try to conceive around day 14 thinking that's when it is, or stop trying after that. And in reality, that's probably not even when you're fertile. So that's the first thing that we just need to clear up. Natural family planning is going to show you when you truly are fertile and about to ovulate. As your temperature in the morning that you're taking every day around the same time has not spiked for the month, then you are still fertile regardless of if you thought you might have ovulated earlier, if you thought you were really close, maybe you did have like really fertile type cervical fluid previously and you were like, okay, I'm probably ovulating today. Well, if your temperature hasn't spiked yet, you're still fertile. So you can still try to have a baby on those days as well. Usually when your temperature does spike, it is too late to try and have a baby. The egg is usually gone. There's still a small chance, but women who just wait until the temperature spikes to try are probably going to struggle, because very rarely is your egg still even alive at that point. That means you've already ovulated, and probably the egg is dead and gone by then. Cervical fluid is going to be the main thing that's going to tell you the most fertile time to get pregnant. And basically, just like I discussed in the avoiding a pregnancy video, dry is infertile. Sperm cannot survive if you have no cervical fluid if you're dry. Sticky, very small chance. Really there's no chance unless it's changing later on that day. So your best time to try to get pregnant, depending on your cycle, some women have like 4 or 5 days of like wet, slippery cervical fluid. That is the best. Some women only have that for 2 days, so you're gonna even take a step back and say, okay, even when I have creamy type cervical fluid, then you could still possibly get pregnant. So you're gonna be trying during that whole time, and you try at least every other day to have that conception happen. And you just really want to try on your most fertile day based on cervical fluid, like when you're the wettest, the creamiest, the stretchiest, when you are super wet, that is when you will most likely get pregnant, and so that's what you're shooting for. I want to say that OPKs or ovulation predictor kits, those are so inaccurate. I mean, they're not inaccurate, I guess, for what they are detecting, but they're just detecting one hormone that like rises around the time that you're about to release the egg. But then especially like if you're breastfeeding and stuff, you might release that hormone but then not even release the egg. That happens a lot. Your body's building back up to ovulation after a long time of not ovulating, so that could happen like first month off of hormonal birth control, or after you've just had a baby, or whatever. So it's just not a good thing. And honestly, it's not good for trying to conceive anyway, because yeah, it might tell you that, okay, you might be about to ovulate, but you just missed like 3 or 4 days that you could have potentially gotten pregnant, you know, and now those days are gone because you've just been waiting around for this positive OPK. And the OPKs also, like, sometimes that hormone only stays in your system for, you know, 10-ish hours. So if you're only taking it once a day, you could completely miss when that surge happens and not get a positive OPK at all, but you did ovulate. So I would not rely on those at all, or if you are going to use them in conjunction with your charting through natural fertility planning. Charting is amazing because it determines when you actually got pregnant, your spikes, and you notice what your peak day was, when you truly ovulated. You know for sure when you got pregnant and when that baby is due, which is really great, especially if you're trying to avoid other interventions like induction, or like doctors get worried because, oh, your baby's measuring small. In reality, it might just be that you ovulated later in the cycle than a 14-day cycle. So, because for me, mine was conceived on cycle day 22, and my third baby that I'm pregnant with right now was conceived on cycle day 18. So neither of those due dates would have been anywhere near accurate. And actually, I had to fight my doctors with my son because I have bigger babies, so he was measuring about what my due date would have been, but I knew that wasn't accurate. It was almost 2 weeks off, so we had to, you know, backtrack a little bit and be like, no, that's not the case. So it's just nice to know exactly when things happen, and it's nice because you can find out sooner if you do get pregnant. About the soonest you can find out with a home pregnancy test is 9 to 10 days past ovulation. If you know that you ovulated, you can test that much sooner. I found out 9 to 10 days past ovulation with all 3 of my children, and that is at like 3 weeks, 2 days pregnant. So most people think that you can't even find out until 4 weeks along, and that is definitely not true. With your chart, if you're not taking any pregnancy tests at all, if you're just kind of waiting it out, you can actually confirm it through your chart as well. If you have 18 days after your thermal shift where your temperature does not go down, then you are most definitely pregnant. Now with modern things going on and with home pregnancy tests and everything else, I can't imagine someone getting to day 18 after their ovulation and not thinking to themselves that they were obviously pregnant and taking a test at that point. I really weren't even noticing that it had been that long or something, because 18 days would be, period would be long overdue, I would think, by then. Anyways, so that's just some things on trying to conceive, and also keep in mind that like women's fertility is not all that matters. There's men's fertility too, and if your husband or boyfriend or whatever has, you know, low sperm count or no, you know, infertility, it's so easy to get a test done that I wouldn't even waste time if you suspect that. So after like 4 months, if you're charting, you know that you're fertile and you guys have been doing the deed to have a baby on those fertile days for sure, and it's not happening, go ahead and get it done. It just saves you a lot of hassle than waiting a year when you could have known even sooner what was going on. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and we will see you for our next video. Bye.